Among the many stories that caught our attention a few weeks ago is the story in regards to the heist at Equity Bank involving 1.5 billion Kenyan shillings, where we were told that the person that was suspected to have stolen the said money was missing and that he had been abducted at his home. Until today, the whereabouts of the said man has not been revealed. But the father, Mr. Joseph Kimari Machiri, the father of the prime suspect in Equity Bank's 1.5 billion heist, who was abducted by gunmen during a raid on his home captured in CCTV cameras, was freed 2 days later. Mr. Kimani, a former Murang'a member of County Assembly MCA, was on Sunday, August 11th, abducted by gunmen dressed in tactical gear believed to be police officers. Earlier on Sunday, his son, Mr. David Machiri Kimani, had also been abducted from his home in Dogoto, Kiambu County. Machiri, 39 years of age, was Equity Bank's manager at the Group Processing Center Salary Processing Unit, whose credentials detectives say were used to steal 1.5 billion Kenyan shillings from the bank on July 10th. He has been missing since. However, his father, Mr. Kimari, was released on Tuesday, August the 10th, but warned by his captors to never speak to the media or divulge details of his ordeal in captivity. The media has established that. Now, the politician, who is 60 years old, had been picked from his home in Kairi village, Madioya constituency in Murang'a on the fateful night. At the night, the family released CCTV footage of armed men in his compound. They later switched off the lights and Machiri was blindfolded as he was led away by his abductors. I'm glad to be alive and okay. I just don't have much to say, but we appreciate the concern shown to me and my family, Mr. Kimari said on Monday, which was today. Now, when asked to give details of what he went through while in the hands of his abductors, Mr. Kimari declined to revisit his ordeal. When the right time comes, we will call you and talk about it. As we talk, I am traveling to Nairobi to run a few errands, so I cannot talk much, he said. Now, a family source told the media that he was brought back home at 3 a.m. on Tuesday, August 13, in a convoy of more than 5 Subaru cars, which are mostly used by officers attached to the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, the DCI. The source said that the man was warned not to share any information with the media or give details of what happened to him while in captivity. He told us that he was taken to a forest which he does not know its location, and he could hear lions roaring and hyenas laughing, said the family source, adding that the experience he went through has affected him for days until he spoke to the media on Monday to confirm he was free. The family had opted to comply with the order, citing the threats. Now, the family is still in distress as to the whereabouts of their son, Mr. Machiri. Their lawyer, Mr. Ndegwa, addressed concerns following the abduction of the father and the son, linking the abductions to the 1.5 billion fraud case. Now, this is not the kind of Kenya people want. The rule of law should be respected, Mr. Njiro said. Now, the lawyer later protested in court, asking the authorities be compelled to produce his clients. Mr. Machiri was first arrested in July and charged in court with defrauding Equity Bank 1.5 billion. He was released on bail and subsequently abducted on August 11th. When the alleged fraud took place on July 10th, he was on leave, but the bank reported that it was his credentials that were used to move the cash to various accounts in 47 transactions. It was not immediately clear why NIS agents were involved in a fraud investigation that typically would be the mandate of local DCI and police officers. According to court papers on July 10th, the Internal Control Department detected a flurry of suspect transactions from the bank's salaries account. According to the DCI, there were 47 transactions from the bank payroll account, and the funds were quickly transferred to multiple accounts held in other banks. All the transactions lacked corresponding credentials from the source entities or individuals, which raised suspicion from the internal controls team reviewing the transactions for confirmation details. After all the transactions were successfully processed, 1.5 billion had been funneled out of Equity Bank. On July 11, the bank, through the head of security, Mr. Kelvin Kimani, reported the matter to the Banking Fraud Investigation Unit at the DCI. Machiri, the manager whose electronic footprints were noted in the transactions, was summoned to record statements with the police. Machiri was on leave when the suspicious activities were first detected, according to an affidavit filed at the Milimani Law Court on July 12 by the investigating officer, Inspector Boniface Maina, attached to the DCI Banking Fraud Investigation Unit. Now, the DCI wanted the court permission to detain Machiri for 21 days to allow further investigations. However, the court declined the application and freed Machiri on board. He was subsequently abducted by a hooded man from his house in Dogoto, Kiambu. Later that night, the harmed man who would raid his father's home during an operation that was caught on camera. Now, Mr. Njiro petitioned the court to order authorities to produce his clients in court. During the same court proceedings, the Director of Public Prosecutions also applied for warrants of arrest against the Equity Bank manager Machiri. Now, the investigation into the bank Heist has since been escalated to the Directorate of Criminal Investigations Headquarters, DCI. The probe was moved from the Banking Fraud Investigation Unit based at CBK Towers to DCI Headquarters along Kiambu Road for close supervision by DCI boss Mohammed Amin. The Nation Media Group established that. Now the question is, where is Machiri? The truth is that the DCI are holding him. I tell you, if there is a body that is currently working in shadows in our country, Kenya, is the police department of DCI. You know, during the Uhuru Kenyatta regime, let's speak about the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya. The Constitution of the Republic of Kenya, when somebody is a suspect and a warrant of arrest is issued, they are supposed to be arrested by the police. Are you getting me? They are supposed to be summoned to appear to a certain police station or any, let's say the Department of DCI. They're supposed to be summoned. If they fail, then the DCI can go ahead to try and track them and arrest them. But the DCI acted on their own, went ahead to arrest Mr. Machiri and made him disappear until the 12th of August. Until today, huyu jamaa amefichwa mahali. He has never been seen. The family has been looking for his whereabouts. They have not seen him. Which means the man that took him at DCI, hilo nalo is something that we cannot refute, because the DCI, we have known them coming with platelets, Subarus, where they take people, and we don't see them until the people that were taken on the surfaces in certain areas that we don't even know about. Now, right now, Mr. Machiri has been missing for about over 20 days right now. I mean, it's 3 weeks since the guy went missing. But you know what? Let them run the investigation. If they believe that they can recover the money that has been missing, then let them do so. Lakini kana kwamba ikiwa ni karata ambazo wanacheza kawaida yao. We know a lot of protesters were taken in such a manner, abducted in such a manner, and until today they have not been found, or maybe their bodies have been recovered in certain places, you know. So the question is, where are they holding Mr. Machiri? For now, that's what's up. See you in our next video. Remember, this is Celeb Kona K.